Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the video today, and this is going to be my review of The Disaster Artist, which I absolutely loved this movie. I saw it the day it came out back in 2017, I believe it was December of 2017, and I was one of those people that was like a fan of the Room story, like the whole story. I had learned about the Room movie by Tommy Wiseau maybe a few years before The Disaster Artist came out, and I was really fascinated by the story. And I had seen The Room a few times, and I thought it was funny, and just the whole story behind it was so interesting. And when they first announced this, I was like so excited for this movie because I was a huge fan of Seth Rogen and James Franco, and I love their movies. I love comedies, and they make some really hilarious comedies. And when I found out they were doing this movie, I thought, man, this is just so perfect. It's a story that I want to see done by some of these characters that I really find hilarious. And man, James Franco played this character so perfect. He just did an amazing job, and it when you see Tommy the way that he is in real life, I mean, you couldn't have asked for um, a better actor to play Tommy than James Franco. He did the voice perfectly, the hilarious accent, just the mannerisms, everything he did was so perfect and so just like Tommy, and it was just there was so much of this movie that was real. I've seen the movie multiple times, maybe at least maybe 10 times. I've seen the movie, maybe more. It's just I find it like a motivational type of movie. It's about kind of chasing your dreams, and even though things go bad right now, they it doesn't always mean that they're gonna continue to go bad. Like just because something looks like it's gone bad, it can turn around and it can become something good, and that's what happens with this movie. Who would have ever thought, 10, 15 years later that this movie that he made that was such a bomb and so embarrassing would become such a blessing in his life, that he would get all this like publicity and just fame from and just people interested in him. So you never know when, and that's kind of like the message of the movie. And it's a movie about following your dreams. It's a movie about friendship, really, at the same time, like the friendship between Greg, who is he was played by Dave Franco, who is the younger brother of James Franco. The friendship between these two in the movie is it's just it's a really it's a story of friendship also, which is very interesting. Sticking by your friends and just kind of like there's a story of like there's sadness in it too. It's about kind of how Tommy feels kind of alone and how people don't like him, and he gets to Hollywood and he's rejected and girls don't like him, and like there's a lot of sadness in it deep down, but it's also a comedy and it's also funny, and it's real. It's a real movie, and I really liked the movie. I liked it's such a shame that what happened to James Franco, how he what how he it's such a shame that he kind of ruined his career by these horrible things he's been accused of, and it sucks because I was a big fan of I'm such a fan of Franco and Rogan and all these guys. They made a lot of hilarious movies back in the day, and just to see him kind of throw it all away for this stuff that he's alleged to have done to these women, which it seems like he's done it because there's a lot of accusers. That sucks. Because I was a huge fan of this movie. I'm still a fan of the movie. I'm not a fan of what he did. But anyone that knows the story about The Room and just like the story behind the movie, like there's a small group of us that know why this movie is so interesting and so cool. But at the end, which was also pretty cool, is at the end they lined up the scenes so they would show the scenes they remade versus the ones that were in the original movie, and I found that to be a really cool aspect of the movie. Something strange that happened when I was at the theater though is that part kind of got cut off halfway, which kind of sucked because the people that we were all there that were we were all like fans, like everyone that showed up that first night, we were like fans of this whole story, and it was kind of like a cool crowd. Like everybody, I mean, anybody that would show up for that movie on the first night was definitely someone that was interested in it and knew like the history. And it sucked that at the end there was a scene with Tommy actually that got cut out as well because something went wrong with the projector or something. But we got to see a few of the remade scenes at the end in the theater, and I later saw them when it came out. And but wow, what a great movie! Just redemption, and It was it's gonna be it's in my top 100 type movies for sure. It was definitely cool, and it's such a niche thing to make a movie about. Like most people didn't even know what this is about, and it must have been ridiculous to people that didn't know the backstory. But if you actually know like the room and all of these scenes and things they tried to recreate here, it just everything was just hilarious to people that knew what it was really about and what these scenes were and that this all really happened. And for us, this was definitely like an amazing movie. And there's a lot of cool cameos. Like they had Bryan Cranston came in there for a bit, and Seth Rogen there. A lot of cool little parts that were put in for a lot of these guys that kind of are friends and stuff. And yeah, so, like you see a lot of there's some dramatic parts in it. There's a comedy, but it also had a lot of cool kind of friendship and like heartache and sadness and redemption. And it was a cool movie, really great movie. Anyways, thanks for checking out my video, and let me know what you thought about the video in the comments. And I'll definitely respond to your comment, and we'll see how your opinion differed from mine on the movie. Thanks for watching, everybody.